All right, the last problem that I want to talk about is from the book. It is number 20. So this is you'll see homework problems similar to this. I do want to mention the PDF version of the notes that I did. I revolved it around the wrong line. So the PDF is if you were revolving around the line y equals 5, not x equals 5. So that was my mistake. I'm sorry. I will fix it here. So we want to take the region bound by y equals 3 minus x, y equals 0, y equals 2, and x equals 0, and we are going to revolve that about the line x equals 5. So let's draw this. So we have this line, y-intercept of 3, slope of -1, so it's going to come down here like this. Y equals 0, that's right here. Y equals 2, that's right here. So we're going to kind of cut that part off. We don't need that. And x equals 0, so this is our region right here. Okay, a little trapezoid there. All right, we are going to revolve that about the line x equals 5. So that's over here. And that's where we're going to rotate it. Okay, so this region is coming over here. You kind of want to sketch it out. I don't know, kind of like that. Yeah, there. And then that'll be kind of curved there. Kind of see what that looks like. Okay, so that's our volume, our solid of rotation. So kind of the cylinder, but it's got this hole drilled through it, but it's not straight down. It's kind of an angle. That's what we're looking at. All right. So we want to think about slicing this. This one you can see is going to be washers because we've got a hole through it. And notice our washers, if you think about the thickness of each of those washers, those have a thickness in the y direction. Okay, so this is going to be a dy problem. So our volume is going to be pi, and everything is going to be in terms of dy. Okay. We're really going downhill. Oh well. All right, so in the y direction, we're going from 0 to 2. That's pretty easy to see from our graph. And since this is a washer, we're going to need to think of the outer radius minus the inner radius. So when you think about all of these washers that you're drawing, they all have the same radius, outer radius. The outer radius is always 5. Okay, outer radius is 5 because this outside thing that's a solid thing. So 5 squared. And then we also want to find the inner radius. Okay, the inner radius, let me switch to pink here, is this thing. And it is defined by this function. Okay, so it is defined by this function, y equals 3 minus x. We're going to need that in terms of y. So if we add x and subtract y, that's x equals 3 minus y. But x equals 3 minus y, that gives us this piece over here, okay? This piece right here, we need this radius. So what we're going to have to do is take 5 minus the function. So our inner radius is going to be 5 minus 3 minus y, okay? And that's because we have an axis of rotation that is not the x or y axis. So anytime that you're rotating around a line that is not the x or y axis, you're going to have to make these types of adjustments. So that makes our inner radius 2 plus y. So when we come down here, inner radius is 2 plus y squared. And that is what we need to integrate. I will walk you through this by hand. I want to remind you, you could go to Desmos at this point because the main point of this lesson is setting up the disk or the washer method. Crunching through this, that's all review stuff that we've already done. So I have a calculator here. Remember, if you want to put this into your graphing calculator, you go to the math menu on the left-hand side, and it is function integral. On mine, it is number 9. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Function integral, okay? Also, Desmos, we saw that on a previous video you can do. You can't put y's in, but you could just change these all to x's and it would be fine. I'm going to go ahead and do this one through because we can. All right, so we have 0 to 2. This is going to be 25 minus, we need to FOIL that out, so that's 4 plus 4y plus y squared. which is going to be from 0 to 2 of 25 minus 4 is 21 minus 4y minus y squared. And we'll come over here to finish the problem. All right, so we're going to take the antiderivative of all that. So it gives us, oh, there's still a pi out here, 21y minus 2y squared minus 1/3 y cubed. We're evaluating from 2 to 0. So we're going to plug in 2. It gives us 42 minus 8 minus 8/3. Plug in 0, and we're just going to get 0 there. No big deal. So let's see. What did we end up with? I'm going to subtract that and then subtract 8/3. I wrote down the final answer there, 94 pi over 30. And hopefully that's what the calculator tells you too. I didn't double check this. Okay. So that is disk and washer method. So I have also put some notes in some videos from Khan Academy if you want to hear someone else explain it. See somebody else's pictures if you don't like mine. I'm not too upset about that. But check those out, and if you have questions on disk and washer method, please post your questions in the Flipgrid.